Hey, 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 everybody. What I want to talk about is I was asked the question, how do you know when you've reached a level of self-love that is healthy enough to be ready for someone else, for you to want someone else to love you? And it's a question that I've gotten multiple times and I've never answered it. So I've decided to go ahead and put a video out and answer that question. And the truth of the matter is, when you get to a place where you are truly ready for a healthy, loving relationship, and to really have a companion and really enter into a union with someone, by the time your self-love is complete enough for you to really be ready for it, because the question was like, well, how do I know when I'm ready enough to want someone else to love me? And the key is, when you're really there, you won't want someone else to love you. Okay, so you know you're there when it doesn't matter to you anymore, when it's not a need. Okay, you're happy, you're fulfilled, your life is great, and that's even without anyone. And the more your self-love becomes complete, the less need you have for someone else to love you. So as your self-love is increasing and you're filling your own cup, you're not thirsty. Just think of it that way. So it's basically like saying, well, when will I know when I've drank enough water in order to be able to ask someone to give me some water? It's like, well, when you've drank enough water, you won't be asking for someone to give you water. It's kind of like that. Okay, so when you really need love and you're really longing and yearning and wanting someone to love you and wanting to be in love with someone else, that is more so about the fact that you're needing love, you're lacking love. So your cup is not full. You have not filled your own cup enough. So it's the same way. If you haven't drank enough water, you're going to be thirsty. So the need for love and the want for love and the want for someone else to love you is coming from your thirst and your longing for love that you haven't fulfilled within yourself. So that's when you know, because when you're truly ready, love doesn't come from need. It doesn't come from thirst where I'm missing it. So I'm not longing for it. I'm not yearning for it. I don't have to have it. I'm okay without it. And that's actually when you're in the best position to pick the right relationships, to know who's right for you. Because think of it this way. Think of the difference. Like, if you are really, really, really hungry or thirsty, is that the time for you to be like a good critic of food or drink? No. Because everything tastes better when you're thirsty or when you're hungry. So if you've been starving for a long time, a cracker is very delicious. Oh my goodness, with peanut butter on it. That will seem like a very delicious meal. And you could be starving and you could say, oh my goodness, and somebody could give you crackers with peanut butter and you say, oh my goodness, this is the best meal I've ever had. Oh my goodness. And you would want to tell other people, like, oh my goodness, have you tried crackers with peanut butter? And that's what we will do with relationships. And this is why the self-work and the focus on self is so important, because that's what we'll do with relationships. We will meet people and be like, oh, they are so great. And you're not even analyzing the truth of this person, because a lot of times these people are not that great. They're crackers with peanut butter. And you're like, oh, they're so great. Like, they're with someone else, which means that they have some integrity and character issues, and they have maybe a lot of other things going on. They have anger issues, they have emotional issues, whatever it is. And it's like all this stuff will get overlooked because it's like they are crackers with peanut butter. So you're not a good judge of people. And this is why it's so important to do the self-work, so that you can actually see things clearly. Because you're not going to be a good critic of food. They can't have if there was a panel of people judging chefs' the dishes that chefs made. They couldn't all be like starving where they haven't ate in 2 weeks, because then everything tastes good. It's just about the fact that you're longing for something. So in love, when you're doing that, it tastes good to have the thought of love. Like, you could think somebody is good for you who's not even showing up for you. And it's because you're longing, you're starving. So when you fill your cup up, you're not in need. So you're way more relaxed about it. It doesn't need to happen right away. That's another sign. You won't feel rushed. You won't feel like, I need to be in a relationship now, or I need to find somebody now, I need love now. That type of thing. That stuff is all a sign of, like, lacking the self-love and your cup not being full. So when you hear people saying, like, you need to do the self-work, and sometimes people don't really understand the importance of the self-love, because they really do think that true love and union is all about getting someone to fill up your cup and showing up with this empty cup and saying, the one for me is the person who fills this empty cup, who takes away all these feelings of emptiness, who basically makes it so that I don't have to deal with my own issues, because I get to feel good even though I don't really feel good. They bring me happiness, and that type of thinking is the problem. Okay. A lot of these foundational things will get cleared up if you take the 5 Hours to True Love boot camp. Okay. I recommend it. I highly recommend it, because it helps you prepare yourself on a foundational level for being able to bring in love. You'll understand how you need to prepare your life for that, because it's not just something that just happens. Now, whether people consciously clean up their lives or they manifest it because they've done it without really realizing what they were doing, they were just focusing on themselves and working on themselves, and they got there. It doesn't matter. But every person who gets there has to go through this journey, and they have to clean up these certain thought processes. And that's what the 5 Hours to True Love boot camp helps you to do. Okay. So I hope that was beneficial and it answers the question, because you don't want to go into love looking for it to fill you, for it to fill your cup. When you do that, you can do that. And that's what most people do. But this is where you find relationships that end up being toxic and unhealthy. Okay, and they typically start out, you can see that they're going to be unhealthy from the very beginning, because of the way that they're starting out. They're not even starting out from a healthy place. Okay, they're starting out from this need and this mutual, like, trading thing that's going on. So, that's that, guys. I hope it was beneficial. Talk to you later. Bye.